You are one decision away from a life you can't even imagine yet. The difference between a millionaire and a man drowning in debt isn't luck. It's not timing. It's not even education. It's decision. One decision backed by courage, speed, and unwavering belief. This is Napoleon Hill's greatest secret, the silent force behind every fortune. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. But first, if you're tired of watching life pass you by while others seize wealth, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon, because what you're about to hear can tilt the entire axis of your destiny. Hill interviewed over 500 of the most successful men in America, men who built empires from nothing but thought. Carnegie, Ford, Rockefeller. These men had one trait in common. They made decisions quickly and changed them slowly. This alone separates the wealthy from the broke, the leader from the follower, the bold from the timid. But why? Because decision-making is the first test life throws at you to see if you deserve the opportunity you're seeking. Most people hesitate. They overthink. They wait for a perfect moment that never comes. And by doing so, they send a message to the universe, I don't really want it. You don't get rich by being careful. You get rich by being committed. Hill wrote, successful people have the habit of reaching decisions promptly and of changing these decisions slowly, if at all. Do you see it? It's not that they always know the perfect answer. It's that they decide with faith and then they move. Fast, they understand something most never learn. Opportunity does not wait for permission. Carnegie gave Hill this secret in one sentence. When you know what you want, make up your mind to get it, and then burn every bridge behind you. No plan B, no backup, no hesitating. Burn the damn bridge. Move forward or stay stuck forever. Pause and ask yourself right now, what decision are you avoiding? What choice have you delayed because of fear, self-doubt, or outside opinions? This avoidance is the prison keeping you broke. And here's where it gets more powerful. Hill noticed that indecision is a seed that attracts fear. The longer you delay a decision, the more fear grows. And soon, fear doesn't just whisper, it controls. That fear will make you rationalize your failure. You'll start saying, maybe this wasn't for me. Maybe the timing is wrong. That's your subconscious killing your destiny in real time. The wealthy don't ask if it will work. They ask, how fast can I start? Now here's a test. When you're offered an opportunity, do you instinctively move toward it or retreat and analyze it to death? Be honest. Because Hill's research showed the moment of opportunity is brief, and only those trained in the habit of fast, committed decisions are able to seize it. Let me give you a powerful example. When Charles M. Schwab was offered a role to lead U.S. Steel, a $600 million corporation in 1901. He didn't ask for a week to think about it. He didn't make a pros and cons list. He said, why, yes, because Schwab had developed the instinct of decision. He knew that if you hesitate, someone else takes what you were meant to have. That leads us to a terrifying truth Hill discovered. If you don't learn to decide, someone else will decide your life for you. Let that sink in. Every time you delay, you give your power away to bosses, to partners, to fate, and eventually, your entire life becomes a reflection of decisions others made for you. Now ask yourself again, are you the master of your fate or just renting your time? This is not a motivational quote. Potential. So what is Hill's actual formula? It begins here, step 1, to decide exactly what you want. Not kinda. Not maybe. Be precise. Step 20, make the decision, no do. Not after one more video. Step 30, commit fully, emotionally, mentally, physically. Step 40, burn the bridge, remove all escape routes. Step 5V, take the first action immediately, no matter how small. Step 6C, just slowly, only if you must. This formula is not for the faint of heart, but neither is wealth. And here's something wild. Hill noticed that procrastination is the twin brother of fear. Every time you delay a decision, you are feeding fear and starving your destiny. If that hit you hard, say it in the comments. No more delayed decisions. Say it loud. Let it be a public line in the sand. Now here's the kicker. Why do most people never follow this? What hidden force makes decisions so terrifying for the average person? Let's go deeper. It's because most people are mentally conditioned to avoid consequences. They fear what they might lose, not what they might gain. They're trained by school, society, and even family to play it safe. But let me ask you, is safety what you're here for, or significance? Napoleon Hill was ruthless about this. He wrote, indecision is the seedling of fear. And fear is the tool of the devil, yes. He called indecision a tool of the devil. It starts small, harmless. Should I quit this job? Should I launch that business? Should I ask for the sale? You delay. You wait. You think about it. And slowly you become a prisoner, a slave to the very fear you were trying to avoid. That's why Hill's decision formula is more than advice. It's a rescue operation for your financial soul. If you want success, if you want money to chase you, you must become the kind of person who makes fast, bold, and final decisions. Because here's the hard truth: money follows courage. People think money follows strategy, or trends, or timing. No, strategy without courage is a file collecting dust. Trends without decision are just missed windows. Courage is the magnet, and decision is the proof of that courage. You've got to decide with such force that the world bends in response. You've got to move with so much intention that even your enemies feel your momentum. Let's dig into a key distinction. Hill made the difference between a wish and a decision. A wish is passive. It lives in fantasy. A decision is aggressive. It lives in action. You don't wish to be wealthy. You decide to be wealthy, and then act like someone who's already walking that path. And this is where Hill hits us hard. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Show it in the way you speak. Show it in how you walk. Show it in how you decide. Most of you watching this have decisions waiting in your life right now that you've put off for weeks, months, years. That's why you feel stuck. That's why you feel like success is slipping away from you like sand between your fingers, because the doorway to the next level is blocked by a decision you still haven't made. Let me say this clearly. Opportunity does not chase the most talented. It chases the most decisive. So what does this look like in practice? Let's say you want to start a business. Most people will wait to research more, or take another course, or perfect the logo. The successful person, he decides first. He says, I will build this. Then he moves fast, clumsy, imperfect, but forward. He builds momentum that others can't understand, because the universe responds to the committed, not the curious. Write this in the comments if you're ready to embody that mindset. I am committed, not curious. Let the world know you're done dipping your toe in the water. Hill teaches us that indecision is often masked as logic. That little voice that says, let's wait a little, let's be practical. But here's the twist: that voice is rarely logic, it's fear in disguise. He called it the 6 ghosts of fear, and guess what? Every single one is fed by hesitation. You want more money, more success, more power, then cut off the oxygen supply to fear. Decide, move. This is why the wealthy look fearless. It's not that they feel no fear. It's that they make decisions that force fear to die of starvation. Now here's a test from Hill himself. I want you to answer it honestly in your own heart. Do I make my own decisions, or do I wait for others to approve of them? Because if you're waiting for approval, you're not making decisions. You're seeking permission. That's not leadership. That's bondage. Real decision-making is internal. You don't need applause. You don't need consensus. In fact, when your decision is real, you'll feel fear, resistance, even backlash. And that's how you know you're alive. Let me tell you something Hill said that most people ignore. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of them ready to be wished upon anyone who will accept them. You must guard your decision-making like it's gold, because it is. You see, the richest men Hill studied, Carnegie, Rockefeller, Ford, they all had one thing in common beyond decision. They surrounded themselves with people who respected their vision. That's why Hill created the mastermind principle, a select group of aligned individuals who help you reinforce your decisions, not weaken them. Because when you're around the wrong people, your best decisions start to feel like mistakes. And when you're around the right ones, your boldest ideas start to feel inevitable. So ask yourself who around you feeds your courage and who feeds your caution. Because the path to wealth is not paved with maybe, it's paved with hell yes. Now here's the burning question that every future millionaire must answer. What decision do you need to make right now that will unlock the next level of your life? And more importantly, what excuse are you using to avoid it? Don't just hear that. Sit with it. Because until you face that one decision, every dollar you're chasing will keep running faster than you. Until you stand up and claim what's yours, you'll be watching others claim it for themselves. Now, what if I told you that making decisions isn't just about attracting opportunities? What about becoming magnetic to money itself? Let's unlock that next. Money is energy, and energy follows the path of least resistance. When you hesitate, when you doubt, when you spin in circles, you become a wall, an obstacle, a repellent to the very abundance you claim to desire. But when you decide, clearly, completely, and without apology, you open the gate. That's what Napoleon Hill meant when he said, the moment you definitely commit yourself, then providence moves too. Let me say that again, because it's one of the most powerful truths ever spoken. Commitment activates the unseen. You don't need to know every step. You don't need to wait for certainty. The moment you defeat Ian Kamite, new doors appear. People show up, ideas come, money finds its way. But none of it happens until the decision is made. That's the hidden law. And those who violate it spend their lives wondering why nothing works. So let's be clear, money doesn't come to those who want it. It comes to those who claim it. Hill's research is undeniable. Every person who accumulated wealth first made an internal decision to do so. And that decision was made before the opportunity showed up. That's the mistake most make. They wait for proof, and then they commit. The rich commit, and then the proof appears. That's the mental gap between poverty and prosperity, and the bridge across it is decision. Hill said, riches begin in the form of thought. The amount is limited only by the person in whose mind that thought is put into motion. That means the limit of your income, the size of your business, the speed of your success. It all depends on your ability to decide, to move, to lead your mind like a general on the battlefield. This is not theory, this is war, the war for your future. Let's take it deeper. When you delay decisions, you're not just losing time, you're signaling to life that you don't trust yourself. And when you don't trust yourself, neither does the world. Clients feel it. Partners sense it. Money avoids it. But when you stand in front of a decision and say with your chest, this is mine, I am ready, you tap into something ancient, something magnetic, something divine, and the world begins to reconfigure around you. So ask yourself now, where in my life have I been passive when I needed to be powerful? What decision have you postponed because of fear, when it was the very act of deciding that would have shattered the fear? Write this in the comments if you're done waiting on life to happen. I decide, and the universe obeys. Let this be your contract with destiny. Now, let's crush the biggest myth of all, that the right decision is the one that guarantees success. False. Hill proved it over and over again. It's not about the perfect choice, it's about the committed one. The men he studied often failed. They chose wrong at times, but they never hesitated. And because of that, they learned faster, rebounded quicker, and gained more. Because wealth doesn't reward perfection, it rewards direction. You can always correct a course once you're in motion, but you can't steer a parked car. So what if you move in the wrong direction? What if you mess up? Good. Mistakes are feedback. But hesitation is death. And here's the real power of Napoleon Hill's formula. The more decisions you make, the sharper your instinct becomes. You start seeing patterns others miss. You start feeling shifts before they happen. You become the kind of person who seems lucky. But there is no luck. There is only alignment. When your desires, your decisions, and your actions all point in the same direction, you become unshakable. Let me give you a reality check that Hill would have shouted from the rooftops if you don't make the decision to become rich. You've already made the decision to stay broke. There is no neutral. Life doesn't offer a pause button. You are either moving in alignment with your goals or you're drifting. And drifting is where dreams go to die. It's where fear wins, where years pass, where regret takes root. Don't go there. Don't spend another month, another week, another day floating in indecision. Stand up, choose, move. Because the second you do, you change the frequency of your life. You stop being someone who watches success happen and become the one who makes it happen. So I'll ask you one last time, what is the decision you must make today? The business to launch, the career to quit, the risk to take, the person to become. Write it, speak it, move on it. This is not about motivation, it's about liberation. Your wealth is waiting, and it will not wait forever. If this spoke to something deep in you, drop a comment and declare, I make powerful decisions that attract wealth. And if you're serious about becoming the version of you who acts fast, lives bold, and walks with certainty, then it's time to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because this is just the beginning of your unstoppable evolution. The world doesn't need more passive minds, it needs more bold ones, decisive ones, magnetic ones. Be one of them. Decide.